Hart, is that you?
I'm in a dress. I have gel in my hair. I haven't slept all night. I'm starved and I'm armed. Don't mess with me. Ooh. Whoa. I'm fine. I'm cool. I'm good.
Oh yeah, that's her. Mr. Vic, nice work.
Thank you.
Ouch!
My God, I'm good.
Hi, welcome to the Bencher Movie Club. My name's Charlie.
My name's Ben.
And in this episode, we are talking about the 2000 comedy Miss Confederation, Miss Conjunctivitis, Miss Congenital Waltz,
Miss Congeniality.
Miss Congeniality, starring Sandra Bullock from Speed, The Proposal, Gravity, Bird Box, A Time to Kill, and loads of things. And she had a small part in Bullet Train, which we done the other week.
Mm-hmm.
It's directed by Donald Petrie, who also directed Grumpy Old Men, My Favourite Martian, and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Also got Michael Caine from Children of Men, Italian Job, Muppet Christmas Carol, Alfie. Benjamin Bratt, who's in Doctor Strange, The Woodsman, Traffic, and Demolition Man. And have you seen Demolition Man?
No.
That's got Sandra Bullock in it as well. So they actually was in a film together before anyway.
Oh, okay.
It's a very good film, actually.
Is it Demolition? I've heard of it.
It's Sylvester Stallone. But listen,
seeing him turns me off of it.
Why?
Well, he's not a great actor, is he?
He's actually a good actor. I'll show you some good films of him. In some of his things, like Copland, he's good. In the first Rocky, he's really good. Demolition Man's a fun, futuristic action where Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes, like they both get cryogenically frozen, and they're released in the future. And even though it was the future, it's probably like the year 2018 or something like that. And like they've outlawed like sex and swearing and all things. But it is quite a funny film. And Sandra Bullock plays like his cop buddy in it. And she's
so it's a comedy then?
Yeah. Well, it's a comedy action, but it's a bit. She goes, "Oh, would you like to have sex?" To Stallone, he's like, "Oh yeah, I do." And she puts on like this headset gear, and this was back in the early 90s. So imagine like an Oculus thing, and he's like, "What's
basically
that?"
saying it's what things are like now.
Yeah,
everything's online, isn't it?
Yeah,
even sex is like all online.
Internet. I'm not into things like that. You got William Shatner in this, of course, most famous as Captain Kirk.
Yeah,
from Star Trek.
And the Halloween mask.
And T.J. Hooker, and he was also in Judgment at Nuremberg, which is one of his earliest things. And you've got Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters, plays Winston in Ghostbusters, and he's also in The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. You remember him in that
film? I don't remember him in that, but I remember that film.
He was like sort of like a little bit slow, but he was like this kind old sort of person who's helping her, and the babysitter's trying to
vaguely remember.
You should watch that again.
It's a good film. I know it's a good film, but I can't really remember it.
Me and Lily watched it last year, about 6 months ago, because it's on Disney Plus.
It is good.
And she was like, "Oh, it's really good actually. It's quite a good thriller, but it's often forgotten because of the other more high-profile ones at the time."
It was quite big at the time, I think.
Yeah. He's also in The Crow, Congo, and Airheads. So, Miss Congeniality, why did you pick it?
Well, the reason I picked it is because I was seeing a lot of it on TikTok recently. And it's like the dance scene at the end, like the pageant dance. And it was just suddenly popped up all over TikTok, and it was all people doing it. A lot of blokes doing it, dressed as women. And
I ain't seen any of that.
yeah, there's loads of it, just all popping up. Yeah. So
What
anyway,
dance?
well, you know, at the end, it's the song 1 in a Million. When they're all sort of on the stage together.
Vaguely. I mean, I know
well, that's what I'm saying,
but it didn't stand out to me.
That's what made me think of it. Is I started seeing that, and I thought, I know I've seen the film ages ago, and I thought it was quite decent. So I thought, oh, that's why I wanted to watch it, because I probably haven't seen it for about 20 years as well, like myself. So that's what made me want to pick it, because I myself hadn't seen it as well for a long time. So I thought, well, let's give it a go and see.
And tell it, what's it about?
It's about a FBI agent who has to go undercover to stop these. What's happening in the Miss World? What is it? There's something happening.
There's a woman who, well, it turns out this is one of the women behind it who she wants.
Yeah, spoilers by the way. Spoilers. So.
she wants to sort of set off an explosion there.
Yeah, but what is the reasoning for them going there? What is it again? I can't remember. What
FBI going there?
What takes them to? Does someone sort of let them know there's going to be a bomb there, or something already happened before? Yeah,
but they're basically being a copycat to an established terrorist.
Right. Okay.
She's a real geezer bird. You got to send her. Don't be a wankor.
I don't think they say that. No, but yeah, she's quite tough. So then they sort of feminise her, basically.
It wasn't one of those things I was sitting there thinking, oh God, I have to watch this. I was watching it and it was plodding along a nice pace. I don't think there was any part in it where I laughed out loud.
No.
You know, there was bits I thought, that's mildly amusing.
Yeah, I think it got better towards the end. I think it seemed to pick up as it got, I think it's probably the pageant sort of side of it. Do you know?
Well, that's your opinion. You don't want to hear mine.
Yeah, no, go on.
What I was going to say is, I really like Sandra Bullock. I think she's great for roles like this. Yeah. I mean, she's a great serious actress as well, but she's a good comedic actor.
Yeah, she is.
I think there wasn't a lot of comedy in the script, but she makes it humorous. She's sort of, and you like her. She's so likeable.
Yeah.
You're sort of rooting for her, and when they're all going against her.
And she does look nice as well, doesn't she? When she's all done up.
When she's all done up. Yeah. No, she is. She's
believable. Yeah,
because there's obviously there's some. It has to be someone believable that you could believe they'd be tough enough to be an FBI agent, but at the same time be attractive enough that they could be a contender.
And she is.
Yeah, I think she is. She holds her own against.
That's another good film actually. I think that I've with her in it with Melissa McCarthy. The Heat, I think. Have you seen that?
Yes.
So that's quite good as well.
Yeah, but see, like loads of those films I would sort of put together. I'd happily watch them. It'd be one of those things you go, we're going to watch this one, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, I haven't seen that. I might have seen it years ago. I'll happily watch it again. But it's not like one of those ones that go, you got to watch this. You're going to pee yourself laughing. I watch it, and it's sort of like
it's just a nice watch. It's an easy watch.
Feel good sort of like friendly. It's like
a Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon. Sit there, watch telly. Nice, easy film to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, as I say, that's why, because I didn't know what to expect from it. I mean, but yeah, it was a nice enough film. And like yourself, it wasn't like I weren't sitting there going, when's this going to be finished? You know.
And on a personal note, one of the things I really liked about it was where it was set, because it's set in San Antonio, which is one of my favourite places in Texas.
Oh, okay.
I went to San Antonio with Mike a number of years ago, and we went, because you've got the Alamo there, we went to the Alamo. There's scenes from the film. Now, you wouldn't have noticed, you just thought typical American sort of town. But it also has shots of the Riverwalk, which I really love, which is where you've got that big boat going along and it's got a band playing on it.
So what did you go there with Mike with then? When did you and Mike go there?
God, it's about 8 years ago maybe. We went there to one of our short films. No, Long Drive Home.
Right.
It was in It was in a couple of festivals out there. We had one in Houston and one in Roswell, and we made it a little road trip. We done a big little circle.
Oh, nice one.
And we went, let's go to San Antonio. I remember we got there and it was just scorching hot. It was unbearable heat.
Yeah.
We went to the hotel room with air conditioning, and he was like, so we just sort of recuperate here and then we'll move on to the next town. And I went, no, let's have a look. Couple of things to do. The Alamo. We've got to go see the Alamo. You know, remember the Alamo. You know, so the Alamo.
Well, from London, though, so I know that from.
Yeah, so the Alamo was like a very famous historical location. It was where there was a big fight. It's where Davy Crockett died. Hold on, I'll see if I've written. Right, yeah, the Alamo is a historic Spanish mission and fortress. The Battle of the Alamo took place in 1836. It was a pivotal event in the Texas Revolution where James Bowie and Davy Crockett were both killed.
Okay.
James Bowie is famous for killing people with this knife, which they call the Bowie knife.
Okay.
Which, if you see it, you'd know what it looks like.
Right. I've heard of it. I have actually.
Yeah. But you've not heard of Davy Crockett with his
with the thing at the end,
the raccoon hat,
bit hanging off the back. Yeah.
Yeah, the raccoon's tail. Yeah. So we thought we'll go there, and then afterwards I said, well, look, let's see what this Riverwalk is, and I loved it. It had like a little British pub down there with all like a phone box and stuff. Oh, nice. It had a Coyote Ugly down there. It had all this lovely stuff. And as soon as you went down there, the climate changed. It wasn't unbearable heat anymore. You thought, it feels more tropical. It feels really like relaxed. And And I looked at all the balconies facing over, and I thought it's quite a good romantic location.
Yeah.
But anyway, they show a bit of that in this, and the Alamo and stuff. So I was thinking, oh, I've been there.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah. I'll give you some photos, and you can stick them on there.
Yeah. Matt Dillon was originally cast as Eric Matthews. Matt Dillon, you don't really hear from him much.
I think he would have been better.
Yeah.
Eric Matthews is the Benjamin Bratt character.
Yeah, that's it. It's the one love interest sort of thing.
Yeah, but see that Benjamin Bratt, it's nothing against him. He's an okay actor and everything, but for him to sort of hold that position where he's like a ladies' man, but at the same time you've got to sort of like him. And I found him a bit sleazy. He came across. So with the film,
Matt Dillon would have been really good.
Yeah, I think Matt Dillon could have carried it better because Matt Dillon's a great comedic actor as well. And I think he could have brought something. It would have elevated it a little bit, you know. And why didn't he do it?
I don't know. Just didn't do it. That's all it was. That's all it was saying. He was originally cast for it, so but he obviously didn't. It didn't work out. And Sandra Bullock purposely didn't take part in the rehearsals for the dance, so that when
they do the dance,
when she was doing it, it looked better for a character, not to like follow the choreography.
I felt it was like a mix between My Fair Lady and Some Like It Hot. Because you think
it's a strange mix.
No, but you think about it. It's got the My Fair Lady part of it because you've got Michael Caine trying to transfer her into a proper lady.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas obviously My Fair Lady is a license to do that.
Yeah.
But then you've also got like this convoluted sort of like gangland thing that got or this convoluted criminal activity that makes her go undercover, change her person. She dresses as a woman, like
so like Sister Act.
Yeah, except for that she's on the run, isn't she? But yeah, it's very similar. So there's quite a lot of those sort of premise films.
Yeah, I think Michael Caine was miscast for this role personally.
Yeah,
I'll tell you why. Because he's supposed to be like gay.
He doesn't really.
He doesn't really. I don't think. Not that he should have to camp it up and all that playing a gay bloke, but he just doesn't come across
as gay.
No, he doesn't.
No.
I think that there would have been funnier actors that would have done it. You know,
he's a very funny actor, but I agree with that. I think that was a misstep. I think that was just one extra thing they've put in it. They thought, well, he's British. They say gay anyway. Let's make him gay. That was a little bit like funny thing. But if you see him in things like Muppets Christmas Carol or Desperate, what's it? Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. He's hilarious in them films. He's really he can do comedy, and I think he's
okay in it. But I just think that I think that they could have cast someone better. I think they should have had some sort of another well-known sort of like gay actor.
Like who?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like maybe like that. Like Harvey Weinstein.
Oh yeah.
Harvey Weinstein. Is that the right one? Is he the Me Too bloke?
Feinstein.
No, you know what I'm talking about. Hello, Mr. Simpson.
Feinstein.
Feinstein, yeah. Not Weinstein. So.
Yeah. Harvey Weinstein.
No.
Groping him.
No. Someone like, what other like sort of well-known gay actors are there?
What about Ian McKellen?
Yeah, Ian McKellen would have been good.
Because he would have been about the time that he done first came to prominence with X-Men and Lord of the Rings. Yeah, and he done that sitcom, didn't he? Where there was an old gay couple.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but he would have been better cast, I think, because he's gay. Not that you have to be gay to play a gay character, but I just don't think that he was believable as a gay character.
No,
I think he was like the innuendos that he came out with as the gay character weren't believable. Like he wasn't like he would say something like he couldn't sell it to me that he was gay.
Yeah. I don't think it's essential that you have to be straight to play a gay character because there's loads like you think of like
Brokeback Mountain and all that,
or Robert Carlyle in Priest.
Bloody hell, yeah.
You know, things
like that's what he was like in Trainspotting.
Yeah, or even see All of Us Strangers.
Yeah. Paul Maskell. Yeah.
So
people
can do it.
Yeah.
But I see what you mean. So they probably thought he can sell it. He's Michael Caine. But apparently, she was teasing him a lot during the film as well.
She was teasing Michael Caine.
Yeah, because he'd just won an Oscar.
Right.
He'd won an Oscar, I think, for Cider House Rules, Best Supporting Actor, which I remember he beat out Haley Joel Osment from Sixth Sense and Tom Cruise from Magnolia, because I remember him doing this really funny speech. But
picking on the little people, was he then?
Yeah, no, he was saying, listen, he said, Tom Cruise, you don't need this. If you won this, your wage would go in half. Best supporting actor, you don't want that. And Haley Joel Osment, you're going to make loads of films. He didn't, but you know. He was in The Boys though, wasn't he, Haley Joel Osment?
Yeah, he's still. I mean, yeah, but he's not. He doesn't stand out now. Like he used to stand out when he was a child actor. He was amazing. Same as Macaulay Culkin. But you know, they can act still, but they wouldn't stand out in a film now. They wouldn't sort of hold you.
I think you need a bit of life experience to be a great actor. I think you need like a certain degree of living in the real world.
But then these kid actors are fantastic though. So I mean, that sort of.
No, there's kid act, yeah, because they're playing the part of kids. They know what it's like to be a kid. But you think imagine like Macaulay Culkin or Haley Joel Osment, them playing a tube driver, train driver or something like that, and you think, well, you've never got on a train in your life, because from the age of 8 you've been like in limousines, so you don't have that real world experience. But anyway, so every time Michael Caine mucked up on set or something, she'd go, take the Oscar away.
Oh, nice one. Oh, also Sandra Bullock owns the house in Austin, Texas, where some of the scenes were filmed.
Oh,
she actually owns that house.
Oh, nice. Did she get it after this, or was it?
No, she must have. I think she already owned it. That's why I was able to use it.
Okay, now in some cases, your attacker might come at you in a frontal assault. Okay.
Yeah.
Use the heel of your hand and thrust it upward. This will cause the nose to break and your assailant's eyes to tear, giving you a chance to get away. All right. Let's say your assailant comes at you from behind. Attack me. Oh, Widow Airwick looks a little scared. Maybe he needs a little bit of applause.
Kicking his ass. Look at this.
Heather Burns came to the audition with long brown hair, but Donald Petrie liked her, but he thought that she looked too much like Sandra Bullock, so he made her cut her hair shorter and dye it dark blonde. Oh. She's the one that does the baton twirling.
Right.
But he said, well, she had the long dark hair, so she looked too much like her, so he wanted to change the look of her a bit. And she looks alright with the blonde hair anyway, it suits her.
Yeah, that makes sense. They do that a lot in film. If there's like two actors who could look very similar, they'll think, right, we need to make
a hairstyle can change someone's face completely.
Yeah. I've watched films and programmes sometimes, and you know, even if it's an actor who I know, I suddenly think, oh look, oh no, that's not him. That's someone else. That's a bit distracting. They shouldn't have had someone so similar, unless it's purposeful, like they're going, right, mistaken identity.
See, a lot of people as well, like they say about, oh, like the Golden Girls, look how old they all are, and like compared to nowadays. But if you change their hairstyles, they'd all look completely different. They had the 80s hairstyles. That was the style of the 80s. If they had like sort of modern day hairstyles like from today, they wouldn't look as old. It's just because they were of a look. Do you know what I mean? There was like middle-aged women anyway.
I think 80s hairstyle do make you look older anyway. Yeah. Like I've watched loads of even films like Adventures in Babysitting. Yeah. Or you know, Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
Or you
think the curly perm
this big massive hair. It's like, well, it sort of ages them a bit. You know, which they probably didn't care about because they were so young anyway. Yeah. But or you go look at Linda Hamilton in Terminator. In the first Terminator, she's like meant to be.
They left the perm, didn't they?
Yeah.
In the 80s.
What I liked about this film, though, was I liked the message that it put across, because I assumed going in it was going to be like either really rip the pee out of
pageant girls.
Yeah. They're all airheads. Yeah. They're all sort of like dopey kind of thing, or it would make working girls like Sandra Bullock to sort of be the joke, like you're not supposed to do that, but it sort of shows both sides.
In a good light.
You can do whatever you want with your life. You can and
that's what she says in the thing at the end, doesn't she?
Yeah. And I felt it was a good message in the end, and it made sense that she didn't win it.
Yeah. I thought she would win it. I thought she would. I thought that's the thing, but then it does make sense that she doesn't.
I thought it'd be the friendly girl. who won it.
Yeah.
You know.
She nearly had her head blown off. I wonder if they'd done an alternative one and how it would have ended. She'd been like that wave and also her head would have exploded.
Yeah.
And all blood gone over everyone.
What happens in part 2? Because I haven't seen part 2.
I don't know, but I think part 2 is supposed to be better.
Really?
I think so.
I thought it had a worse rating.
Oh, did it? I don't know. I haven't looked into it.
Yeah, and I
got them on eBay the other day. I got like parts 1 and 2 on DVD for like I think £2.50. So cheap now, DVDs.
You'd have watched part 2.
No, it's in part 2. I have seen part 2 before. I have years ago. I mean, I ain't seen this for about 20 odd years.
It's just one of those things. It's like now everyone knows that she's an FBI agent. So how could she go undercover?
But it's the same as Sister Act. Sister Act 2. I can't remember how they worked that one out, but I know she does go undercover again, or something happens that she has to go back into the church again.
Yeah, but I don't know if I don't remember it, but I didn't.
Well, I don't think she's undercover though for that one. But there's another reason. But they always find reasons, so it might be the same sort of thing. It might be, I don't know, but
yeah,
there's got to be a reason for it.
Because it's like you couldn't make like Tootsie 2.
No,
because you'd think, well, everyone knows.
See, you won't be able to make Tootsie now. People would be too offended by it.
I don't care about people being offended anyway.
I don't give a shit either.
I always think if a stranger offends you, there's only 2 reasons they can offend you. 1, you're not emotionally intelligent enough to realise it's not directed at you.
Yeah.
Or 2, you deliberately chose to be offended just so you can sort of make yourself the centre of attention.
Yeah, to be truthful, I really don't care what people think anyway nowadays.
No, good.
Edward Herrmann had a cameo role playing Gracie's father, but his scene was cut.
Oh, you know who he is, don't you?
He's the one out of Overboard.
Yeah, and Annie.
And Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Lost Boys.
I thought it was him. I know when I read the name and I thought, I know the name, and I thought, yeah, I knew you'd know. There was a scene in the trailer that was cut from the film where Gracie's dad asks her if she's a lesbian and she replies, "I wish."
So that would have been
in the trailer.
That'd be interesting
but
to
it's
see.
Completely cut out. So he's cut out the film completely. He's not in it at all. So that scene would have, and I hate that with films because I've seen that so many years ago. I remember there was The Breakfast Club had about 3 different clips in it that was never in the film, and I used to think,
were they in the trailer though?
It was in the trailer, and it was like there was lines in the trailer that I was thinking that ain't in the film, that ain't in the film, and then the same in 9.5 Weeks. There was scenes in the trailer, and like not nothing special, but you know you think, well, there's another version of it.
I remember that with Anchorman. There was like a bit of them jumping together, falling on the table, and the table giving way. And it was after I watched the film, I thought, wait, that scene never happened. If you watch the trailer after you watch, and the Marvel films and superhero films are notorious for it because they're so in a rush to get people hyped up. They just chuck loads of scenes together, and then when they're finished making the film, they've cut most of that out anyway. I
had like the Mandela effect with something actually, with the music and lyrics trailer, because I remember there was a scene with Drew Barrymore walking and looking all sort of dopey looking, eating candy floss, sort of like that, in the trailer. Like looking all sort of like a bit simply looking, a bit. I can't find it anywhere. I've looked at trailers for it and it was there. I definitely see it because I mean it looked like quite a funny scene. She's walking past eating a bit of candy floss in the funfair bit.
Are you sure it's not like a different Drew Barrymore film that came out?
No, it was that film. It was that film. Yeah. And it's really mental because I've looked at trailers and I thought I can't see that in it no more. But anyway, I suppose it's one of them things, isn't it? Miss Rhode Island's answer to the question, what is your idea of a perfect date, was actually used in the real life beauty pageant. So she says, I don't know what date. And
she comes up on 25th of something. Yeah.
And they go, no, I mean like what date, where would you like to go?
Yeah.
But that was actually sort of used by a beauty pageant.
You know what, it's, not meaning to sort of laugh. Because, I admire women who go into beauty pageant stuff, they work really hard.
Oh, yeah.
They go over themselves for every little inch detail. I think sometimes it's like it's mentally draining for them, but sometimes when you look on video like the stupid answers from pageants, there's some really like hilarious ones.
Well, it's always world peace. That's what they always sort of say in this.
Yeah.
And at the end she goes, I really do want world peace.
Yeah.
Like, and she sits there, and I like that because she says at the end where she's going, I came into this thinking that you're all going to be a bunch of airheads, but you're really intelligent, you're kind, you're nice people, and so she sort of her opinion of like beauty pageant girls changes at the end of the film. and she softens a bit.
The thing is, as well, I always think that intelligence is overrated, which I know sounds like a stupid thing to say, but people always say, well, that person's better because they know what they're doing. But you find some of the nicest people in the world, they might not be that sharp, they might be very simple people, but I think at the end of the day, I'd rather be with them, spend time with them, and they go, oh, really? I didn't even know that. Anyway, do you want this? And you think...
Because life is a lot more... It seems like a lot more simple for them as well.
Yeah.
Like, not simple isn't taking the piss, like saying that it's simple, but a simple sort of way of life. It's like things are easier. Like, they don't worry about the same sort of things, or they don't seem to worry about the same sort of things. They seem to sort of have a different outlook on life, that things just don't matter as much.
It's when people say ignorance is bliss.
And it is.
And it's true, you know, and it's like, you know, if, say for example, there was a comet heading towards Earth right now, and it was, you know, there's nothing we could do about it, and the world was going to end in, say, 2 days. I wouldn't want to know. I don't think the world should know. No. Because all that would happen is the scumbags would be extra scummy. The good people would be extra scared. And I think, you know what, it's one of those things, sometimes you need to be protected from
killing, raping, not doing everything. And the thing is, it's like, you know, like, that's why I don't watch the news or read newspapers, because I thought, right, if a bomb was to drop, right, rather than months and months of the fear, oh my God, it's happening, it's going to happen, I'd rather just be walking down the street one day going, oh fuck, that's a bomb. You know, I'd rather that. That is a lot. That is a lot easier for me to accept it that way. Because the thing is, it's inevitable. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And I, as I say, I don't read news or read newspapers. I listen to news and read newspapers because I don't want to be depressed. And it's all orchestrated. A lot of it anyway.
Yeah.
They only pick and choose what they want you to know, and it's scaremongering a lot of the time. And I just sort of feel that, you know, I don't want to buy into all that. So I'd rather just get on with my life. I like to have comedy, I like to have laughter in my life. I like to just enjoy, you know, enjoy stuff.
And that's why they say no news is good news.
No.
Because I don't read the papers, but obviously sometimes where I work, I see newspapers, I look at the headlines, and if it's something really serious or whatever, I think, oh God, yeah, right, well, don't peddle that.
Well, you usually hear it from someone anyway.
If you see in the paper something really trivial, like Brits choose curry as their favourite dish, you think, great, no news. If there's no news, that means the world is relatively at peace right now, because if there was something more serious or more local, it would be on there.
So, but on the whole though, I think we can both say we both enjoyed this film. It was a nice film.
Yeah, it was okay.
You know, it was a nice film.
Yeah, it was okay.
I ain't just going to slag it. I say it ain't my favourite film, but I enjoyed it, and there was some funny bits in it, and yeah, it was an enjoyable watch. You know, it was an easy watch.
Yeah. So if someone's, you know what, it's one of those films that I call, not in a disrespectful way, I call like popcorn fodder. As in, say if like you was a group of yours and you're having like a pizza party, you've got pizza snacks, and you know you're going to be chatting through the film anyway, and you go, oh, let's stick that on in the background.
Yeah, so that's
it's harmless. It's not going to really hurt anyone, and you could go, oh look, you sort of dipping in and out.
Yeah.
You know, it's not one you've got to concentrate and think, oh God, she done it. Apart from Matt Dillon, who you mentioned, Hugh Jackman nearly got that part as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was just
he'd been alright for it as well.
He was just starting out with like the X-Men films and stuff. So yeah, he would have been okay, but I think Matt Dillon would have been better.
Yeah.
I think his.
You don't see Matt Dillon no more. He was massive in the 80s. He was in loads of stuff in the 80s. I can't think of anything specific. I know he's in Something About Mary, but there was loads of films of him in the 80s. He was in a thing called Singles, I think, with Bridget Fonda. There's nothing that I could go, oh, he's in that film. Like a massive sort of named film.
He was in Wild Things, which was popular amongst teenage boys in the 90s, because I think it had Nev Campbell and... Who's Ross's cousin in Friends? Yeah, she was with
Charlie Sheen.
God, what's her name?
Denise Richards.
Yes.
Denise Richards?
Yes.
Yeah,
so Nev Campbell and Denise Richards, and it's them sort of getting off together, and he's like a teacher, and they sort of dupe him into, like, he ends up having like a threesome or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So obviously those are teenage boys at the time.
Like that one.
Was like, oh, I want to watch that.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
Well, this guy...
But no, I loved him in Something About Mary. I thought he was really funny in that.
Yeah, that was, you can see him as comedy in that.
Yeah.
In the 80s, it weren't so much for comedy, it was more playing the straight role, like Bratt Pack-ish kind of roles he was. I think he was more of a serious, like, heartthrobby sort of roles, I think he played. But, right, IMDb, got 6.3 out of 10.
Okay. That's about right.
Yeah, it's probably about right. Rotten Tomatoes, 41% by the critics, 69% by the audience.
Again, it's probably round about right, because I wouldn't expect the critics to sort of love it, and so you'd expect the audience to sort of like it a bit more.
Yeah.
And it's round about the 6 out of 10 mark.
The budget was 45 million, and it made 212.7 million.
And it's a great return.
So that's a really good return, you know?
Which is good for her, because it shows you what a box office draw she was, because it's her film.
Well, she stopped acting now, hasn't she? The last film that she done, I think, was Bullet Train, because she wants to concentrate on being a parent. And she's had loads of like multi-million pound things thrown at her. She said no. I mean, I suppose really, how much money does someone need? And also, to be a parent, she wants to put all her time and effort into that role, which is I respect her for that.
Oh yeah.
You know, because a lot of them don't.
Yeah, no, it's admirable.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, so anyway. All right, so that was Miss Congeniality. So what have you chose for next week then, Charles?
Well, next week I'm going to visit Michael down in Howsham. For you to remember, he was on our podcast for It's a Wonderful Life. Very knowledgeable man, especially about all things Jimmy Stewart and Alfred Hitchcock. So I'm going down there, and we're going to talk about Rear Window.
Okay, Rear Window.
Yeah, have you seen Rear Window?
I have seen it. I did like it. I like a lot of Hitchcock films. I can't really remember it. I know the premise of it.
Yeah.
He sort of broke his leg or something, and he's sitting there perving at all his neighbours.
Yeah, pretty much.
Something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or something, yeah. And there's a murder, and he looks. I think it was Simpsons done a piss take of it.
Simpsons and Family Guy.
And there was the scream, Ned Flanders, like the woman. Yeah, I remember.
Family Guy done it as well.
Yeah, a lot of things have probably done it, haven't they?
I think Brian had his own apartment, and the teacher opposite, he accused him.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, that'll be an interesting one. So I'm bailing out next week. So it's just going to be Charlie and Mike. So
yeah,
you won't have me.
So if you miss Ben, skip next week's one.
You won't miss me, trust
me. Yeah, but please remember to hit the like button.
Yeah, and subscribe so people can find us, please.
And share.
Yeah, share it all over.
Yeah.
And if you can leave us a review and like, subscribe, because that way then we can get out there, you know, to other people. So thank you very much, and have a lovely day, night, week, whatever. And we'll catch up next week. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I don't know what to say, except for, well, I can't wear this at work. Never thought anything like this would ever happen to me. I mean, I kind of hoped it wouldn't, but now that it has, just want to say that I'm very, very honored and moved and truly touched. And I really do want world peace.